Hello and welcome to Happy Heads. My name is Kim. I am a meditation teacher and I'm also something called an emotional freedom technique practitioner, which is also known as tapping. And this is exactly what I want to explain to you guys right now, because a lot of people don't know what it is, how it works, and also what the tapping points are. So tapping works like this. Your body is filled with a very complex nervous system. And that nervous system is connected to your brain by something called the vagus nerve. So your mind and your body are completely interconnected. And where those energy lines or meridian lines are closer to the surface of your skin, you can actually tap them. So it's like a non-invasive form of acupuncture. So you're physically tapping on certain points in the body to help bring your nervous system back into balance. Okay, so you're physically working to ground and calm your nervous system. And at the same time, it's neuro-linguistic programming, or part neuro-linguistic programming, which means using your voice to help rewire your brain. And that's why it's incredible at helping you overcome any anxious negative thoughts that you might be having. Okay, so you're using your words to help rewire your brain, and at the same time you're also working on the body. So you're working on the body and mind at the same time, and that's why it's so powerful. And these are the tapping points. So the first point is called your karate chop, and you tap on the side part of your non-dominant hand. So I'm right-handed, I tap with 3 fingers on my left hand, just here, like this. And then you move around the body. Okay, so inner eyebrow here. And so if you want to really locate it, you kind of feel your eyebrow and it's the inner part there. Then the outer part here. Sometimes you can do double tapping, but just for now, I'm just going to guide you through. The next point is underneath the eye, like this. Okay, then underneath the nose, underneath the mouth. And then the next point is called your collarbone point, but it's not actually on your collarbone. So you locate your collarbone down 1 inch and across 1 inch, just there. And then the next point is underneath your arm. So for a girl, obviously it's where your bra is, but don't worry, if you're not wearing a bra, it's just underneath your arm there. So it's not in your armpit, just underneath. Okay, and then you have many points on your head. So we tap like a crown, like this. You can use 1 hand, you can use 2 hands, like this. Okay. And then you also have points on your fingers. So you can, those are kind of the traditional, the kind of the more common points. And at the end, if you ever see me, I quite often tap on fingers. So the edge of your thumb, edge of your forefinger, edge of your middle finger, and edge of your little finger. Okay, so they're the kind of the most commonly used points. There's also something called the 9 gamut, which gets a little bit more complicated, and that's tapping on your gamut point here, but I'll explain that in another video. So what you do with tapping is you are trying to ultimately help yourself process whatever it is that you're going on. So what you want to do is you want to face that problem head on, and that's what we do with tapping. You don't try and ignore or suppress it. And before you get started, it's always good to tune into how you're feeling. So let's say you want to work on anxiety. I'm feeling really anxious right now. You give that anxiety a number, so 0 to 10. 0 being I have no anxiety at all, 10 being I feel really anxious right now. And the reason why we use a scale, a number scale in tapping, is to help us track how we're feeling. So you give your anxiety a number, and then you could begin, and the karate chop, or sorry, when you tap on the karate chop, that's when you use what is called your setup statement. So you're basically setting up what it is that you want to work on. So even though I feel really anxious right now, I love and accept myself anyway. So really important to say even though, and then love and accept myself anyway. And then even though I feel all this anxiety in my body, that's okay. I will be okay. Even though I'm feeling anxious today, I love my body, I love my mind. And I'm open to the possibility of feeling calm right now. The language you use can vary. You'll notice in all my videos, there's slight variations, but the main kind of statement is, even though I feel this, I love and accept myself anyway. Even though I'm struggling right now, that's okay. I'll be okay. You know, even though oh, I'm feeling rubbish today. Okay, I love my body, I love my mind, okay, because it's helping your brain, it's honoring, okay, this is how I feel, honoring the emotion. But I love and accept myself anyway. Really important to say that statement. So that's your setup statement, and then you can move around the body and you're really tackling the problem. So you're tackling it head on. This anxiety, have a tightness in my chest. Always try to physically feel how you notice the physical sensations in your body. So when you're talking about anxiety, not just anxiety, noticing I have a tightness in my chest, and saying those words. So you're noticing how emotionally you feel, but also physically how you're responding to whatever it is that's going on for you. This anxiety, oh, it's really tough today. I wonder why I'm feeling so anxious. This anxiety. And then you do a few rounds using the language that is right for you. There might be something really specific. So this anxiety about starting school, or this anxiety about going on a date. Okay, be specific as you want. And then you do a couple of rounds, and then you just tune in, take a deep breath. I always place my palms facing up on my lap, on my thighs, and then I take a deep breath in through the nose, exhale out through the mouth for as long as you can, and then tune into your number. Okay, where is my number now? But before you tune into your number, tune into your body. So just begin to notice how your body feels, how your body is responding to the tapping. Quite often you might go, oh, okay, my shoulders feel a little bit more relaxed. Oh, I still feel it in my belly. Okay, so you're really working with the body and the mind. And then you tune in, obviously, how am I feeling right now? Okay, yeah, maybe I'm a 7, maybe it has gone down a little bit. And then you do it again. So you say, even though I'm still feeling a bit anxious, I love and accept myself anyway. Even though it's so nerve-wracking going on dates, that's okay. I can be myself, So you're tackling the problem and being specific to the problem. Then again, you move around the body, just being like, God, I struggle with this every time. I'll be okay, and so you can again use your own language, but you're again tackling the problem. And only after a few rounds, once you feel your number really beginning to reduce, can you then start to introduce the positive affirmations. So it's important not to introduce this too soon, okay, because it just doesn't give your nervous system, which is your body and your mind, your brain and your nervous system. That's what your nervous system is whenever I say that, okay. It doesn't give your body the opportunity to process it. So only once your number's gone down, so like maybe say like a 4 or a 3, maybe even like a 5, once it starts to go down, you can then start saying, even though I feel this anxiety, so you do your setup statement again as normal. I love and accept myself anyway, even though it's come back again, that's okay. I'm a human being. And even though I do sometimes feel anxious, I love my body, I love my mind, I control my power, and only I control my thoughts. And then you can really start to affirm that. So I control my power, I control my thoughts, I control my breath. It's okay to feel anxious. I control my breath and I control my mind. So then you really start to affirm and help your brain rewire itself to think differently. But you always have to allow it, give it that time to process whatever is challenging you. Of course, I've used anxiety as an example today, but you can work on anything, absolutely anything, whether you are grieving, whether you're feeling sad, angry, frustrated, anything at all, okay? Tapping is amazing at helping you really process whatever challenges that you're facing, and you're processing it in both your body and your mind, okay? That's why it is so powerful.